You have 24 hours a day. There is this exercise that I like to do, which has helped me a lot. All I have to say to you is luck plays an important role in your life, but you also play an important role in your luck. We're going through a very different time at this point, and most of the students are home. Freelancers don't know what to do exactly. Professionals are doing work from home as well. And I do remember a similar situation that happened last December when we had a curfew and we had to stay at home, and also our internet was cut off. So that was a very difficult time, especially given that my business was very new at that point, and we had just come to a new city with the business, and everything depended on, we had invested so much. So at that time, I was just either sitting at home being depressed about my business, or I was glued to the TV waiting for some good news. Eventually I realized, after 2 weeks of curfew, that I have completely wasted the entire time, which was a huge opportunity, if nothing, to at least finish reading my books that I have bought over the years but I have not finished. And I had so many videos which I have not watched, which have been downloaded on my laptop, and I regret that time very badly now, because that time is not going to come back. And once the curfew ended, again my hectic lifestyle began. So this time we know we are here for at least 2 weeks to God knows how long, and we are going to change things now, and I'll show you how. So here's the first thing. So here's what I want you to do. Start learning something. Open YouTube on your computer, on your phone, on your anything, and just search for something that could help you learn something. For example, if you want to learn cooking, it doesn't even have to be any tech related stuff. Learn cooking, for God's sake, it would make you independent. And if you want to learn programming, I have always loved this YouTube channel known as The New Boston, and they have all sorts of programming videos in different languages that you are going to not English and Assamese and stuff, C programming language, Python programming language, that way. So so all of these things you can learn from them very easily. If you want to learn something very specific, you should go to udemy.com. They do have a fees that you have to pay in order to access their lessons, but also they give a lot of discounts. So I think currently within 400 to 500 bucks you can get a very good course in just about anything. Just check out the reviews once if they are good, and if you like the course content of that course, you can learn a lot of stuff, like business things. You can learn music, you can learn cooking, you can learn programming things, IT stuff. All of these you can learn from Udemy very nicely. If you want to learn programming, I have always loved Maximilian Schwarzmüller and Edwin Diaz. These two have always been my favorite. I have learned a lot of things from them. Just go through their content. I'm sure you're going to like it. If you want a certificate which has some value, you can always check out Coursera. Coursera will get you a certificate from many good universities like Stanford and University of Illinois and all of this. And you will have to pay a hefty amount of fees, but also they provide financial aid to you if you cannot pay that amount. So if you just go to their financial aid page, which will have link below, they will provide you with the instructions. You do need to give them valid reason. You don't have to show them any certificate or anything. You just need to give them valid reason in an application that you have to send it to them, and they will give you the financial aid, and you will get a good certificate. So deep learning and machine learning, AI courses by Andrew Ng and all of these These are going to be very useful, and you can go through them. So these are some things related to programming that you can learn. Some other advice that I have is, if you just go through the books that you have at home, and I have planned to read some books. I am planning to actually finally play the keyboard that I have owned for nearly 10 years now, but I have never learned. And also I have bought this book, I think 12 years ago. That was very difficult for me to understand at that time, but I will definitely read it now. Just do something, because you are going to regret the things that you didn't do more than the things that you did later on in life. Okay, just open up a hard disk, maybe just for fun. This is not mine, but and just do something. So if I can give you one example, you have 24 hours a day, and in that 24 hours I hardly think you need to sleep more than 8 hours, I guess, and rest of the 16 hours you are free to do whatever you want. So are you going to just binge watch series after series, or are you going to watch some series and also learn something which can help you professionally? Doesn't mean that you are since you are a professional now, that is no scope for learning. I mean, if you have a mid-level job, maybe learn that extra thing that will help you to get to the high-level job, or become an entrepreneur. It's really fun. It's very lonely, but it's also very fun. So there is this exercise that I like to do, which has helped me a lot over the years to become more disciplined. So just every morning when you wake up, take this diary or this notepad, anything you want to write on, and just write this question: 3 things that I want to do today. Okay, and write those 3 things down. And these are things you want to accomplish during the entire day. It could be something very simple like finishing a book. It could be something very simple like cooking something for a change, for example. And in the evening after that, just go to the same notebook, write down 3 amazing things that have happened to me today, and write those things down. Just some things that you are thankful for that happened during your day. And after that, write down 3 things that I could have changed about today. 3 things I wish I had done differently. And write down those 3 things. Okay. And now, finally, after a week or so of you doing this, just go back from the first day and check out the entire week's worth of things that you have written down, and you will actually find out how efficient or how inefficient you have been during the entire week. So that is a very good motivating tool that is going to help you. And finally, here's something that you really need to do, is you need to exercise, because you are going to be staying home a lot. So in order to maintain your health somewhat, at least exercise for 5 minutes. Let it be 10 push-ups, 100 jumps, anything. Make sure that you have at least worked out for 5 minutes somehow. And definitely meditate. That helps a lot. Even if for 5 minutes you meditate, that's really good. You don't have to think of anything. Just sit down and meditate. If you don't know how to do it, I'll just put up some links below that will help you start with some guided meditations. And it is the most useful thing in the world, trust me. So definitely we want to do some changes as well. So we are starting to think about beginning a new training module, which will be delivered online in live sessions. So I'll be in touch with all the students non-stop, and we will teach the entire level 1 course very properly, very nicely, 2 hours a day for 12 days. And you will be learning how to earn from bug bounties and web pen testing. All of these things you will be learning, which is going to be really useful, especially if you're going to be home for a while now. And definitely be safe. Don't touch your face. Be productive. Stay home as much as possible. Be quarantined. See, if you think that all this is happening because your luck is bad, all I have to say to you is luck plays an important role in your life, but you also play an important role in your luck. Don't blame luck for the things that you have not even started doing. Start doing something and see your luck change. Best of luck for all this. I hope it's very useful for you. Do comment on what you want from us later on. Do this. Share the video, please. I hope it will be useful for someone. Thank you.